Welcome to Scrapbooking Beautiful Layouts by Locky Creations. Hello again, crafty friends. Welcome back to Locky Creations. Today I will be sharing a project that I created in celebration of Black History Month. Black History Month is a time where we celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of African Americans contributing to American history. Initially, I wanted to create a layout that features a couple of photos of a event that my daughter was able to participate in, where she portrayed Missy Copeland. Missy Copeland, as we know, was the first African American female to be a part of the American Ballet Theater as a principal ballerina. My daughter, with having a dance background, this was a very important moment for her and was such an honor to be able to portray Misty Copeland in such a beautiful way. We were really proud of this event that we had. There were other notable figures of history that were portrayed, including President Barack Obama, as well as Colin Kaepernick, as well as Serena Williams, to some local well-known attorneys, etc. So this event that happened a few years ago was one that was very special during Black History Month. During Black History Month, it's a tradition for some of the local churches as well as community organizations to put on these type of events. So for my daughter to be able to be a part of this event was a very special moment. I ultimately decided that I wanted to use this photo to celebrate Kamala Harris, first African American female elected to Vice President of the United States. I found a design that I modified and I cut with my Silhouette Cameo machine. And I initially was going to use that pattern paper, but I ultimately decided to use the red. So here I am going to go ahead and gut out the center of my paper that will border my layout with the red, and then I have my patterned print that will go in the middle. This layout is just a simple one that I wanted to do. It's not very full with mixed media or embellishments. I want this beautiful tribal background that I created to stand out. So again, this is just going to be the focal point of the layout, just with the mat of red border. Then I want my photo and my journaling to speak. I also have these stickers that I purchased last year from Michaels during their Black History Month celebration, as well as the woman die cut that you see on the right. I cut her out of a shape from my Silhouette Cameo machine. At this point, I decided to go ahead and do some double matting of my photo. So I picked some white as well as some green to bring out the colors of my stickers, the color in my t-shirt, as well as the colors in my die cut. I am roughing up those edges so that I can have that, just to have a little bit of distress. So this page, I went ahead and typed and printed up on my computer just my journaling that tells about the history of Kamala Harris becoming the first African American female vice president during the 2020 election, and how proud a moment that was, not only for myself, but as a mother who has a daughter. This was an important time to be able to reiterate to her that if you work hard, that eventually, good things can happen. You can achieve things. It may take a little bit of time, but you too can achieve. So anyway, my journaling is just from a woman of color's perspective, as well as a mother of a daughter who just is getting ready to start off on her journey. How inspiring a moment this was to have a female African American Vice President of the United States. Okay, so back to the layout. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to overdo it here because I do have such a well-involved pattern background. I did not want to overdo it. So here I'm just freehanding, making some embellishments with these different banners that I just cut out, and I'm taping those together. I cut them out in all the corresponding colors of the red, the darker burgundy, the green, and the blue print. And I'm going to do the same to just slightly peek out from under my journaling. I'm doing custom embellishments, and I just want to keep it simple. Being that this layout is a Black History layout, I didn't want to just add elements and shapes just because. I wanted it to have some significance. So I'm not going to add a lot of the traditional flowers and hearts and stars because I did not feel like those fit here. Ironically, heart, when I mention a heart, so one of my stickers, as you can see right there on the right, has a heart in all of those beautiful colors. And so I did include that heart, but as well, as far as just other extra embellishments, I did not feel like my page needed it. At this point, I do have this washi tape with American flag, so I thought this would fit excellently on my layout. So I just added a little bit of that to the bottom of my journaling as well as the top of my photo, since this is a photograph about a moment in African American history and to celebrate African American History Month. At this point, I'm going through my page and I realized I don't have a title. So I wanted to add a title, and I found this Celebrate. Even though it works well, it was a little big, so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut that to take some of that white space away, just so that it would fit and be a better scale on my page. I'm also going to use my distress ink to just distress the edges of that. So my title for this page will be Celebrate Black History. I will soon go ahead and use some of my other die cuts to cut out the words Black History. So you see me there. I selected this font that was purchased from a set off of Amazon to cut the words Black and History. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the letters of the word of both of those words because I'm going to actually use the backing. So you see me carefully adding the letters as they would cut out so that when I flip that paper over, it will be in the proper mirroring. And I actually did this the first time I did it backwards. I cut out black in the red paper and vice versa, and I wanted the word black to be in black paper, so I had to do it again. Okay, so once I got that cut out properly, I am going ahead and backing that word black in some white paper just so that I have that contrast, just as I do with my word celebrate. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut that out after I've glued it down. And now I'm working with my word history. My word history will be cut out in the red. And so this time I'm actually going to use the letters, and I'm trying to mimic the celebrate sticker that I have, or die cut that I have. So this time I am actually cutting out the letters themselves, and I'm gluing that on white cardstock, and then I will fussy cut that out as well as add that red distress ink around the ends, just so that I have a cohesive title. So there I am fussy cutting it, and now I have a title that is a little bit more cohesive. On the black, I decided that I did want to have something just under that, just to make that pop a little bit. So here with some gold cardstock, I have gone in and added that around the word black. So now that my title is finished, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down and smooth it so that everything is adhered. And the final step in this layout, I wanted to add stitching around the edges where I have that little peak of black. So with my sewing machine, I just went in with a zigzag stitch and I added that stitching. Final step, I did decide that I wanted to add a couple jewels that you'll see on the right and the left hand side. And that concludes my layout. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and happy Black History Month. Be blessed.